Listen, I always look forward to the topics that Nainesh Kotak brings to us here at Morning Live. When I saw this one, I'm like, well, this is really niche. But this is the thing. With damages and injuries with lithium-ion battery fires on the rise, great to have Nainesh here to kind of walk us through some of the legal considerations when we're talking about this. So, like, first off, what are we talking about here?
Listen, thanks for having me. So, look, lithium-ion batteries, you find those in e-bikes, e-scooters, our phones, vehicles as well. There's a risk and a phenomenon that we're seeing when it comes to some of the mobility vehicles, such as e-scooters and e-bikes. And often it's through improper charging or modified batteries or modified devices. But what's happening is we're seeing what's called a thermal runaway, which is it's a horrendous type of fire and explosion. And between 2022 and 2023, throughout the major cities in Canada, there's been a 90% increase in these type of fires. The danger is so much that Metrolinx has said they're no longer going to allow e-bikes and e-scooters with lithium-ion batteries on their transit system. And we've seen, I think, bans in New York and London as well. So the liability question that you speak about is very tricky. Because you think about it, and I'm really trying to keep it simple. But if there's an explosion and a fire, an injury resulting from these batteries, you've got potential lawsuits against the battery manufacturer, the manufacturer of the device itself, the e-bike, the seller, the distributor. So it gets very, very complicated, and it's going to lead to, I think, a long-term type of litigation, for sure.
Like, we can go to Vancouver. They're responding to, there's an article in the Vancouver Sun from last year responding to 50 calls a year related to e-battery and the issues with these e-batteries. Yeah. So when it comes to somebody, let's say, who owns an e-bike and has maybe altered that battery within the e-bike, they would become liable if there was a situation with the fire?
They certainly would be one of the parties who would be named in a lawsuit. So, you know, some of the key points that I think the fire departments are saying is, look, don't overcharge these batteries. When it's charged, you know, you unplug it out of the charge. Use a certified charging device. The batteries themselves should either be CE or it's called UL. Don't ask me to fully describe it. I'm not that smart. Okay. But these are the certifications behind the batteries. One is a European standard. One is a Canadian standard. Because if you don't have that, there's a real risk of explosion, danger, or fire.
Yeah, what about home insurance, even when it comes to that, if you have one in your home?
So, you know, the home insurance, listen, if somebody gets injured as a result of, you know, coming to your place and your bike explodes on them, and certainly there should be coverage there. But, you know, if you act in a way that is unlawful, you know, modifying your bike with a different type of battery that's not approved for that bike, I think, you know, it's a matter of interpretation. There likely would be coverage for your property damage, but not for your own injury, for you know, if you've acted in a way to modify, right? You know, there's the other thing to look at as well, not just overcharging, right? If a bunch of bikes are sort of plugged in together, charging together, it could lead to a risk. Some of the telltale signs for your battery, you know, if you feel a leakage from your device, an odor, and sort of a nut-like type of odor coming from it, that could mean there's a problem. Unplug it. When you charge these batteries, don't put them on soft devices. Put them on something hard, right? Fire departments are saying these are the most toughest fires to put out. Most fire departments don't have the right equipment, and even when you put them out, they can reignite hours or days later.
Well, and that's why you're seeing these transit systems like Metrolinx, because they know the situation, and then they don't want them on the trains, and we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Always like having you on every month for another new topic. Nainesh Kotak. We'll hook it up with our website, chch.com/morninglive. More on this Wednesday after this.